Alright guys, time for an update video on TDI. I had my buddy Brent over this weekend and we worked on it quite a bit. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot done, and I'll tell you why right now. So basically what's going on with the car is when it starts, it runs extremely rich. It'll clean out a little bit, but it's got way too much fuel going into it. And these are pretty old school engines. So you can adjust the pump manually on the timing belt down to there under the cover. But you need the Volkswagen computer to adjust to see where you're at, you know what I mean? So I'm assuming that's why I got this car for such a good deal, because the guy did a pretty good job. You can't see it too well, unfortunately, but the car had a new head gasket put on it, and everything looks pretty professional, no leaks or anything. But I'm assuming once he did that, he put a new head gasket on, new timing belt and everything, and replaced pulleys that were bad. Everything looked pretty good under there, a little dirty, but after that, he was probably assuming that once he had everything set up and nothing was changed, that the fuel would still be tuned correctly for the engine, which it isn't. So he obviously could not figure it out, because a lot of people don't have the ability to have the Volkswagen software. The other funny thing that we found, trying to block his name off here, but this is a notice from the township that basically says in a nice formal letter, please get your piece of shit car out of your yard or you're gonna have issues. So another reason why he's probably selling it. So I ended up picking up for a pretty good deal, so I'm happy with that, but we still have not figured it out yet. So basically what was going on is he has the Volkswagen Vagcom software for his computer, and when we went to plug it in at the OBD2 port right here, it would not connect. So we started through doing a lot of research and everything, and a lot of stuff kept coming up about this K-wire that is a faulty system. And basically what the K-wire is it's a communication in between modules. So what can be messed with that is when you change out a module. So obviously you can tell the radio is pulled out, because it's a big issue with aftermarket radios, because aftermarket radios aren't going to be designed to communicate with the Volkswagen bus line. So this K-wire, if not done correctly, could screw a lot of stuff up. So what happened is a genius who wired up this friggin' jank mess of wires here routed the K-wire into power. So basically what happened was, as soon as we plugged in our Vagcom cable, it would not work at all. So we couldn't figure out what it was. So we read a ton about it. We ended up pulling like the whole dash out, pulling the cluster out, started like one by one unhooking modules and testing in between pins 4 and 7 here on the OBD2 port, checking for voltage, because everybody says that if you have more than 9 volts it'll damage the cable, and we were having about 10. So we went through, we're testing all the circuits. A lot of people were saying just, disconnect each circuit at a time and see if one of those has a short to power and it fixes itself. Well, it didn't. So we got it down to, it was like 9.5 volts or something. So we think we got it figured out, but the problem is it definitely fried the cable. So what happened is we tested it with the Vagcom, could not get it to work. Could not get he had another like wireless OBD2 port that he could like check with his phone. So we plugged that in, that wouldn't work. So we went through tearing all this stuff apart, found out we believe the root cause was in the radio, disconnected the K-wire on that, ended up just pulling this out. I think we're going to hit up the junkyard and try to get a stock head unit just to not mess with this whole clusterfuck. But anyway, So we ended up working on it for a long time, and today we got the standard, the wireless style OBD2 code reader on his phone to work. It would connect, but we still could not get his VagCon cable to connect. So our problem is there's so many issues with the car. They're not major or anything, but somebody was already ripping into this and not exactly knowing what they're doing. Another problem is like different circuits are wired into it. So like our glow plug circuit is wired into it, and the glow plug is flashing on the dash. So we thought maybe, you know, that could be screwed up and shorting to power and screwing up the whole K-wire system. But it's just super hard to diagnose this stuff. We have a ton of hours into doing it. We've learned a lot, but we think we got it narrowed down. But what happened so that cable, we believed it was bad, but the problem is we didn't have another Volkswagen to test it on. Unfortunately, my buddy brought his Cummins over because he went to pick up his Jeep this weekend and leave it here. So his VW was in Detroit, so he called me about a couple hours ago and said, yeah, the cable isn't connecting to my car either. So he literally just checked it last week because he was adjusting the timing on his. So we're pretty sure we got it nailed down to the cable is faulty. So he's got a couple cables coming. We're gonna hit it hard again this next weekend, and we're probably gonna do a whole bunch of other stuff that we found. Probably look for some winter rims, get some window regulators, so we can get these windows working nice. There's anybody that's seen underneath, I'm not gonna crawl under there because it's leaking oil, but you got the the oil filter screws up. It's got a stud with threads on it. So basically up above that there's two O-rings, and basically when those go, they start spraying oil, and we kind of chased it down. We believe that's what the issue is. So next weekend when I give this a oil change, we're gonna pull that all apart and get those O-rings in there. We're hoping it shouldn't take very long at all, honestly. We were gonna try to manually see if we could tune the injection pump to get it where it needs to be, but it's really just kind of a dumb idea because right now it's running really rich, which, yeah, it runs like dog shit, but it's safer than running it lean and, you know, burning up a piston or something like that. So we're just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna drive it this week. I got it titled, or I got the title coming. I got it registered and plated, insurance on it and everything. So hopefully this next week and it'll start saving me money. But right now it's been quite of a event, but still pretty happy with the deal, and you know, we'll get it figured out. It was a little challenging, but I'll keep you guys updated when we get it fired up. I'm gonna start it real quick because I'd like to give you guys a good image of what it's doing here. Oh, no glow plug light. That's interesting. Strange. You can see it's camera doesn't pick it up as good as it is in person, but oh, there it is. It's back. So we're gonna get her running real good next weekend. We'll be back over Thursday. We're gonna hit some junkyards and stuff, looking for parts and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna get her rolling. I'll keep you guys updated as far as it goes, and take her easy. If you guys like the project, please like and subscribe and do all that jazz. But yeah, more to come. Thanks for watching.